Here at South Louisiana Bank, we know the importance of working together as a team.
We're always here for you when you need a loan. By the way, here's that crawfish powder you needed. You can borrow it anytime.
So whether it's business or personal banking, we do it all. Visit our locations to find out how we can support your financial needs.
Good luck with the restaurant.
Thank you. And tell your mama thanks for the recipe. Her secret's safe with me.
I will.
South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together.
All right, we are back, and I have Mike Sobert with me, of course, with Waterworks, general manager. And look, folks, I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it directly to you. The politics, I'm not interested right now. We all play politics. Everybody plays politics. It's fun sometimes. It's nasty sometimes. The bottom line, what's happening in Terrebonne, LaFourche, St. Mary, all that. So Mike Sobert's here.
Good afternoon, Morton. How are you?
Good to see you again.
We're good. Always a pleasure.
Where are we at now? We talked about the bayous yesterday. Give us an overall.
All right.
Go.
So we fixed the 4 big main water line leaks, major ones that we knew of, and they're all fixed. While they were being repaired this morning, we had enough water to start the pumps back up. So we opened the valves on Presque Isle and let Presque Isle pump start pumping water down the Highway 55, 56 in Pointe-Champ. Probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, we had 27 pounds of pressure at Presque Isle to the suction of the pump, so it was pumping. I saw a couple of posts and people in Berg, and I know that we had 6 pounds of pressure at the Pointe-Champ pump station. Mm-hmm. So we made it up to Pointe-Champ, to the left, we're in the pump station. And we had 7 pounds of pressure in Chauvin Tank, which is even further down. And then I got kind of busy. We were notified less than an hour ago that somebody knocked the hydrant over on Prospect Street. And, you know, you look at it and you go, okay, it's leaking. The problem is that pipe leaking, I can't put water in South Terrebonne, which means I can't keep the prop up at Presque Isle.
So somebody hit the hydrant?
Yeah. I mean, they were still there when I got there.
The line.
Yeah, he's got it up on the phone.
Okay, there we go, yeah.
You know. Yeah. No, they trip off. I mean, you know, when it gets to 25, it just trips off. Then you got to wait and let it build back up and then reset it and go.
So sometimes you're chasing your tail.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what it's like in these situations. Yeah. Then you had a break down Main Street, which we...
Oh, yeah, just to warm us up for the day, you know.
But you have a 12-inch line and a 6-inch line.
Correct, and this was on the 6.
Okay.
This was on the 6-inch line.
But Terrebonne General still had, what, 25, 30?
Oh, yeah, over 35, because they need 35 to operate.
Okay, I got you. So they were okay and everything?
They're good. To the best of my knowledge, they opened up this morning for the first time. Matter of fact, I got some calls about, well, if the water line on Main Street is broken, how am I going to get Terrebonne General? So here I'm trying to, where you coming from, like, you know, that kind of stuff.
So we're showing the water coming out right here. We got on this early, and Dwayne Dupree had the drone fly over, and that's how I could tell they had 2 lines in there, and they had a cuff on the 12-inch line, unless that was on it already, but then the 6-inch line, they were repairing. So, but how many of these have you seen throughout the parish after this event?
Well, again, Martin, when, for example, let's take a hurricane incident. When the hurricanes come, we fill up those elevated tanks. Mm-hmm. And actually, we don't fill them up for you to have water. We fill them up so that we can find the leaks. Well, structurally, they're pretty good like they are, but it certainly doesn't help. But at the same time, we need water to find leaks. That's been our big problem. That's why this morning when we opened up, now we can go find if we got any leaks. So the crews that finished all their work, they're riding the bayous right now, hopefully with water in the pipe, and if it's leaking, let's leak it. So our bayous have bayou crossing pipes. You know, you may ride down the road and you see this pipe by itself just going over. They're not real big, but they elevated right over water, and they're not protected. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how many or any of those broken or frozen or stuck or what. Right. And if they start leaking, we'll go ahead and fix them.
How many days you think, I know you're guessing, but how many days you think before, now we had a pretty good day, so a lot of thawing. We get to the point, so now I know y'all were assessing while it's going on, but doesn't it
Right.
make it easier to assess like on a day like today?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And it also helps our customers understand that, hey, gee, they say I got water, but I don't have any water in the house. You go look underneath the house and there's the water flowing all out. And then they can take it from there.
Right.
Because people are saying, well, you said you opened the valve in Berg. How long is it going to take me to get there? Oh, shit, I don't know. I mean, it's 1,500 miles of pipe in a total system. I don't know. I mean, we have a hydraulic model. I can tell you in a hurry, but that's immaterial.
Yeah, you just were telling me today you were checking places, taking about 2.5 hours to make a good run.
Yep, that's about right. That's
and
correct.
they get lower PSI.
Yes.
To get full PSI, maybe 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and it's all about that. And the volume is there. We have plenty water. We have plenty pumps to pump the water. But I got to get the water there. And so if it's leaking out a pipe before it gets to where I need it, you know, it just takes long. Like you say, you're chasing your tail.
I went to hand you water before the show. You said, no, thank you. No. I guess you get tired of seeing water sometimes.
No, I just make sure I drink the stuff I make. That's all.
Yeah, I got you. So, I mean, are we 70%, 80%?
Well, we had, I think we may have mentioned it. So we have 50,000 meters, okay? So the boil water advisories, which were to those areas that we closed the valves on, a total of about 13,000 meters, excuse me. The state, when you say, hey, I got 10 meters out, they multiply by 3. They assume that 3 bodies that taking water out of that. So 13 times 3, 39,000 out of what? We got 120-something thousand people in Terrebonne Parish.
Yeah,
Okay,
if you take encompass the whole.
That's correct. So, and you have that. So you got 39,000 people in Terrebonne Parish out of water. I mean, don't have any water. The valves are closed. They're not getting anything. Okay? But nobody said anything about the 70,000, 80,000 that got water. And the reason they got water is, and I'm not picking or choosing one against the other. My back was against the wall, and if you don't do something quick, we're going to lose this whole system.
Let me set the scenario for you. Tell
Sure.
me if I'm right or wrong. And Jay, I know we're going to go long in this segment. We'll just take it out the next. If you have a T, let's say your water's going from, Houma, and then there's a T, and it goes to the east side under the bridge in the ground, but you got to make a decision to save the whole system.
That's it. Yes.
Somebody, you're gonna put a valve off on the T. You're gonna let it flow in one area, and you got to shut off the other there, or you lose the whole system. And we lose what, 6 weeks?
Well, I mean,
4
you
to
never
6
know,
weeks?
but you can figure 3 to 4 weeks for sure, because that's what it took us for Ida.
Yeah, that's what I'm using as a
Yeah,
template.
that's right. That's what it took. Now, I think we have a learning curve that we passed there in Ida. You still got to get it done. And that means open a little bit, make sure there's no leaks or anything there, let it sit overnight, pressure comes back, it's good, open a little bit more. You can't go all the way because you don't know where the leaks are.
Right.
We got thousands of valves, but they're not like 3 feet apart. They're miles apart. And so when you close, that's what we did to the jail. We closed that valve, forced the water to go up, the water pressure to go up, and now the jail has it. And again, the jail has nothing to do with it. You heard the sheriff say, and the parish president say, how important it was not to have to transfer all those people out.
It's a nightmare scenario in weather conditions
that's
like
it.
this.
It's just
So
plus,
it's not that you're picking between people in the jail. and people down the bayou.
not at all.
It's just a fact. But how are you going to transport all those prisoners when nobody's supposed to be in the road?
You know what, Martin? The part is those prisoners are wards of the state, not of the parish.
Yeah.
They're a ward of the Department of Corrections.
That's a great point. It really is.
And so even Parish President Bergeron or Harding, whichever one has to make that decision, they have no authority over there.
Right. They can't.
They get paid so much a day to keep those people. That's the
Let's do
relationship.
this. We'll take a break.
Sure.
We're coming right back with Mike Sobert. Don't go away. Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights. All right, we're back with Mike Sobert, and we got about 4.5 minutes. Let me close by saying,
Sure.
that, man, if you watch Facebook or look at Facebook, or you watch it sometime, you can get the gloomiest picture in the world or the wrongest picture in the world, and you can get the right picture. Multiple choice. You got to, who's ever looking at whatever's happening, got to say, wow, did you hear this? Well, how do we know it's factual or not? That's why I like to let all sides come on and say their piece.
That's right.
So you've seen it all and heard it all, and people get wrong information, or sometimes they get right information. If you had to talk directly to the people of Terrebonne Parish and tell them, all right, this is what our intentions are, this is what we want to do, this is what we're going to do, what would you say?
Well, I can tell you that now, from day one, we have always been able to make enough water. I mean, that's 30 plus million gallons to keep the system afloat. We did a week ago, we're doing it right now. The problem is I only got so much storage like everybody else. So when I get to that point, I either got to turn it off or I got to get rid of it. Very much like the ice business. It's always better to have too much and then stop than it is to not have enough and try and play catch up. The point with the water business is, even though I got the water in Shreve and Houma, that's not where I need it. I need it in Cocodrie, in Berg, in Dulorge, in Dulac, in Shreve, all those places. Now I have to get it there. And we get it there by pipes, okay? Why these pipes are breaking? I don't know. I promise you, we didn't plan to break that pipe on Main Street
But
last
you're dealing
night.
with some old pipe that's been
Well,
there.
that's correct.
Old asbestos pipe been there for years too.
Yes.
You
yes.
inherited those pipes.
And in those days, that was the Cadillac.
Yeah.
Asbestos concrete pipe, that was the Cadillac.
Why can't we do a tank over there? I mean, why can't we do like another plant over there that take millions and millions and millions?
Yeah, hundreds of millions. I mean,
Hundreds of millions.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, maybe the parish president can ask him for it.
Well, I mean, you know, maybe, but the American water and sewage infrastructure is, according to the American Society of Civil Engineers, we got a D. A D. We ain't real good, bro.
Wow.
We ain't real good. Terrebonne Parish, again, remember, Consolidated Water Works, most of it with the exception of the city of Houma, which goes back to the early 1900s, Consolidated Water Works just started in 1950. Water District number 1. 94 is when we became consolidated. You're looking at 60, 70 years. We got 60, 70, 80, 100-year pipes.
So we are way behind.
Well, we're way behind. But like everything, they got a whole lot more people worse than us.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we'd like to be an A.
Well, and that is correct. Now, as a public entity, the money that, after we pay all our bills, we sell bonds, we have that right, we're indebted to do that. We usually try and get around $3-4 million a year. And in our business, they call it surplus funds.
Right.
That's all put right back in to doing pipe. Martin, I've been there 30 years, and we probably, in my little tenure, gotten and spent probably 50, 60, 70 million dollars.
Well, maybe as a whole, water ought to be first on the list.
Well, see, that's it.
Well, levies too. Water
That's
pipes
right.
are no good
We
without
all go
levies.
together.
Yeah,
We all go together.
I want to thank you.
You don't have water, you can't have sewage. Though.
You're right. I want to thank you for coming in again, and just keep us posted.
That's it.
We're going to keep putting the information out.
We're going to keep doing it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Martin.
All right, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.